Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli, amma ba'd. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, by the one in whose hand is my soul, if you had seen what I saw, you would laugh little and you would cry much. So they said, what did you see, O Messenger of Allah? He said, I saw paradise and I saw hell. And in another hadith, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said that when Allah created Jannah and Jahannam, He sent Jibreel alayhi salam to Jannah, saying, go and look at the things that I have prepared therein for its inhabitants, all of the delights and all of the pleasures and all of the joys. So Jibreel went and he looked at it and at what Allah had prepared therein for its inhabitants. He then came back and said, by your glory, whomsoever will hear of Jannah will long to enter it. They will definitely enter it. So he then ordered and he gave the command that Jannah be surrounded by all manner of difficulties and hardships and temptations. And so then he said to Jibreel alayhi salam, go and look again. And so when Jibreel went and saw this time, he said, by your glory, I fear that no one will ever enter Jannah. Allahu Akbar. For that, it's a very, very deep lesson for us. The temptations of this dunya, the fitan, all the calamities and the difficulties, usually what it does to man, it makes him lose faith in Allah. And then he starts getting distance from Allah. May Allah protect us from that. On the other hand, he sent Jibreel alayhi salam to Jahannam. He said, go and look at what I prepared for its people, for those who will be staying in in Jahannam. And so Jibreel, he went to Jahannam. And then he said, by your glory, nobody will be entering it. Because of the terrifying punishments that are waiting for those who will be entering Jahannam, he said, whoever hears of it will never even try to enter it. And so that after that, Allah, He ordered for Jahannam to be surrounded by all the passions and the desires and that which human beings love. And so then after He told Jibreel alayhi salam again, go and look at Jahannam. And by this time Jibreel, he said, by your glory, I fear nobody will be able to avoid it. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. That is again, just the nature of this dunya, how Allah has made this dunya, the whole design of it is such that for those who do not have the truth, they will just be led into it with all the desires and the passions and the deception of shaitan. May Allah protect us from that. And where are we heading with this? It's a very special and simple ayah that we can recite. So for those of us who do not want to go anywhere near Jahannam, first and foremost, what can we do? So Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, قال Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, man qara'a ayatul kursi dubara kulli salatin maktuba. So whoever recites ayatul kursi after every prescribed salah. So we're speaking of the 5 fara'id that we have. Whoever recites ayatul kursi after every farad salah, lam yamna'hu min dukhulil jannah. Nothing will stop him from entering Jannah illa al-maut, except for death. Allahu Akbar. How long would that take us? 30, 40 seconds we recite after our Salatul Fajr, after Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and the only thing stopping you from going to Jannah is death. SubhanAllah. If you look at it, death, as we know, this dunya, ad-dunya sijnul mu'min. This dunya is the prison for the believer. He's waiting for nothing more than for death to come so that he can finally meet his beloved and go to Jannah. We spend our entire life preparing just for that. Allahu Akbar. May Allah grant us all a good understanding. And so whilst we are going over the different forms of adhkar, one thing to bear in mind is that we do have adhkarul subah, adhkarul masa, adhkarul nawm, and adhkarul salah. Now usually we say, or we recite ayatul kursi and the 3 quls in the morning and in the evening to be protected from the shayateen and harm. Reciting ayatul kursi after fajr is separate from that. So for those of us who do, and may Allah grant us all the ability to do so, we recite ayatul kursi after every farad salah. That's with a different intention. And then we recite it again as part of our morning adhkar and our evening adhkar to be protected throughout the entire day and the night. May Allah grant us all a good understanding. May Allah grant us all the ability to recite this. And again, with understanding, whilst you're reciting Ayatul Kursi, ponder over it, ponder over the greatness of Allah, so that we may feel connected and close to Him. If you think about it, there's roughly 9, 10 names just in Ayatul Kursi itself. Allah, La ilaha illahu, Al-Hayy Al-Qayyum. That's 3. لا تأخذه سنة ولا نوم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض من ذا الذي يشفع عنده إلا بإذنه يعلم العليم, the all-knowing. 4 names. يعلم ما بين أيديهم وما خلفهم ولا يحيطون. Again, the name of Allah we're thinking of Al-Muhit, the all-encompassing. ولا يحيطون بشيء من علمه إلا بما شاء. That's 5 names already for us to think about. Wasi'a, again, Al-Wasi', the all-encompassing is another, just like Al-Muhit. Al-Wasi' is the boundless. Wasi'a kursiyuhu as-samawati wal-ard. وَلَا يَؤُودُهُ حِفْظُهُمَا. Al-Hafiz, the one who's always preserving and protecting His creation. He can also preserve our relationship with Him. He can preserve us from misguidance. May Allah protect us all from misguidance. Grant us all Jannatul Firdaus. وَهُوَ الْعَلِيُّ الْعَظِيمُ. We also should be knowing the names of Allah, Al-Ali and Al-Azim. Something we should be going over every day. We say it in every single salah. In our ruku' we say Subhana Rabbi Al-Azim. What is Al-Azim? In our sujood we say Subhana Rabbi Al-A'la. What is Al-A'la? May Allah grant us all a good understanding. May Allah grant us all Jannatul Firdaus. May Allah protect us all from Jahannam. And let us all try to implement this. It's so simple. After every farad salah, Ayatul Kursi, and then we may be on our way. أقول قولي هذا سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك